Mac Buckley here with the UCCS Athletic Network with head coach Lynn Plett of the women's basketball team. Just got a win on the road against the South Dakota Mines and Technology Hard Rockers, final score being 66-51. Coach, seeing how it's your first game back in action, conference games on the road, what does it feel like out there? What are your thoughts?
No, it's really good to be back. I'm really thankful that I could get back and be able to be around such a good group of girls. So that was great. And then first half, we just played great. Shot the ball extremely well, played it very, very hard. Just did a lot of really good things. Kept them from shooting the ball very well at all. And so it was a nice welcome back first quarter.
Coach, just speaking about that, shooting over 50% in that first half, over 65% from beyond the arc, and then 100% from the free throw line. How much does that help just firing and being able to knock down those buckets and just really get the team rolling and coming out as far as ahead of I believe it was about a 15-point lead there in that first quarter?
Well, I mean, as much as you want your team not to necessarily be determined by their energy, by how well they shoot, it's still psychologically it happens. Everything feels good. I mean, you can watch a high school game or a junior high game and some little kid in the fourth grade goes up and shoots a basket, and who's the first person back on defense? They just sprint back because they feel so good about themselves. So it's normal for that to weigh in. And so again, it's good that we take advantage of that when we're shooting the ball well. And we didn't shoot the ball well in the second half too, but we still maintained and still did some really good things. I thought our penetration was much better in the first half, and everybody was being aggressive. Our guards were getting to the basket and penetrating. Kelly, like for instance, they were picking her up full court, and then after a couple of times of that, she just go all the way down and gets all the way to the basket and scores at the basket. So those are the kind of things that you really like to see when your players make those adjustments.
And Coach, a lot of adjustments from you on the bench as well. Several freshmen just hopping out on the court tonight, and as far as just seeing a little bit different of, I feel like, a matchup out there on the floor. What was the strategy as far as having those freshmen come out? Because off the bench, you ended up having a total of 26 points out of those 61 be from the bench players. How much do those 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th players help when you're rotating like that?
Well, it really helped, tonight, especially because the first group really got off to a pretty good start, and then we started subbing, and everybody contributed when they came in. Chelsea hit some really good shots, and some other people really did some really good things defensively as well as offensively too. Anna did a really good job, around the post and defense when she needed to, and Maria came in and gave us some energy right away too, going to the offensive boards and stuff too. So that's what that's great, because then you can have confidence to put those players in, and they're still going to continue to keep the momentum going that way too. Second half, we kind of came out in a lull a little bit, and then we put a different 5 in there, and they kind of hung in there and got a little bit going, and then the group came back and then did a little bit better job again. So, but the reality of the situation is a team's not going to shoot as bad as they did normally in the first half, and they didn't. Second half, they came out and made some more shots. They did a much better job of being aggressive, but we were able to weather it, and that's a good thing.
And Coach, also just taking a look at the game, you were able to get 26 points off of turnovers, and you're able to have 15 turnovers and had 9 steals on the night. Just seeing how an aggressive defense that you have, that intensity out there, how much does that kickstart? I mean, we watched it, from up, calling the game, and how much does that intensity help as far as just kickstart that offense? And
yeah, like when you get a steal and you go down and make a layup, and it just changes the whole momentum of the game, and it's just a big upside that goes on when you make some of the defensive stops like that too. Same thing, you get a good defensive rebound and somebody goes down the floor and we're able to throw the ball up to somebody, which we did a couple of times tonight and got some easy baskets that way too. It just encourages and it just helps the players to realize that I can do that. And then again, it's important. Most important thing is we got to continue to keep focusing on the positive things, and we had a lot of positive things tonight.
And Coach, just talking, it was a little bit of a difference between that first 2 quarters and the last 2 quarters. Seeing how the tempo really changed, it seemed real fast-paced intensity there. Those first 2 quarters, a little bit slowed down in the 3rd and 4th quarter as far as taking your time with the shot clock, and then having a couple of I called them line changes, if you will, all 5 players coming off with the substitutions. What was the idea as far as what was changing out there on the court?
Well, we're probably going to see it quite a bit more because it's causing us some problems. It's like double teaming the post, and they're kind of collapsing on the post a little bit, and we'll figure it out. And right now it's kind of, we're kind of playing a keep away game sometimes with our guards, or we're thinking the posts are post and looking for it, and so we think we can throw it, and then all of a sudden it's a steal. Mm-hmm. And then the posts sometimes aren't posting like they should, and so it's kind of a tic-tac game going on that we need to get that together, and I think we can. And we just need to keep working on being able to read what the defense is doing, and that's part of my job. I got to do a little better job of doing some things offensively so that we can still get confidence and still be able to score at the basket when we need to.
And Coach, I know you just finished this game. Last question for you: quick turnaround against Black Hill State tomorrow. Gonna try and get the best night's sleep you can, and then hit the practice in the morning. What do you feel like is going to be the focus for shoot around tomorrow?
Shoot around I'm kind of old school a little bit. I've been almost 40 years of shoot arounds, and I'm not sure shoot arounds really do you that much good sometimes. Anyhow, it's kind of more get them up, get them moving, take some shots and everything, and then talk about some things and make sure they try to understand what our ideas are. But I got to be careful not to try to change too many things, because I think that kind of messes with our players more than anything else. I was talking to the coach here too, is a really good guy, and we were talking before the game too, and sometimes we all realize that we're kind of guilty sometimes of overcoaching sometimes, and so that's kind of that median, trying to somewhere in between is where we got to try to find out. So that's what we need to do, and we need to do what we're doing, what we do best, and then just more than anything else, we just got to bring the energy.
Well, bouncing right back, Coach, and hopping out on the floor and getting a win on the road against the South Dakota School of Mines. Mac Buckley here with the UCCS Athletic Network. Coach Plett, thank you so much for your time this evening.
No problem. Thanks, Mac.